Do you know how oxygen gets delivered to every cell in your body? Let's quickly understand it in a simple way. When we inhale, oxygen reaches the alveoli where its partial pressure is higher than in the blood, so it diffuses into the bloodstream. In the blood, it is transported in two ways. About 97% of oxygen is carried by RBCs as oxyhemoglobin and 3% of oxygen as dissolved in the plasma. RBCs contain a red iron-containing pigment called hemoglobin. Each hemoglobin molecule has 4 heme groups. Each heme can bind one oxygen molecule, so one hemoglobin can carry 4 molecules of oxygen. But this binding is not random. It depends on 4 factors: partial pressure of oxygen, partial pressure of CO2, hydrogen ion concentration, and temperature. In the alveolar capillaries, the partial pressure of oxygen is higher, but partial pressure of CO2, H+ concentration, and temperature are lower. These conditions increase hemoglobin's affinity for oxygen, so more oxygen binds and forms oxyhemoglobin. Now this complex is carried by RBCs to the tissues. In the tissues, the conditions are reversed. Oxygen partial pressure is lower, while CO2 partial pressure, hydrogen ion concentration, and temperature are higher. These changes reduce hemoglobin's affinity for oxygen, so it dissociates oxygen, which then diffuses into the tissues and gets used up to produce energy. If we plot the percentage saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen against the partial pressure of oxygen, we get a sigmoid-shaped graph called the oxygen dissociation curve. This curve is very useful to study how different factors affect the binding and release of oxygen from hemoglobin. This is how oxygen is transported. And remember, every 100 milliliters of oxygenated blood can deliver around 5 milliliters of oxygen to the tissues.